Welcome to Tea and Cornbread, a conversation with Sean and Tracy, where warmth, wisdom, and community come together. Just like a good meal shared with loved ones, our podcast brings heartfelt conversations with incredible people who are making a difference.
We spotlight community leaders, change makers, and everyday heroes who uplift, encourage, and support those around them. Grab a cup of tea, pull up a chair, and join us as we share inspiring stories, real talk, and a whole lot of love. Because when we come together, we nourish more than just our bodies, we feed our souls. Welcome to Tea and Cornbread with Sean and Tracy. I'm Tracy.
And I am Sean.
Hey.
What's going on?
Absolutely nothing. No, sir, let me not say that.
I was about to say,
today
there's a
is
whole lot going on.
Glorious day.
Absolutely.
We have a special guest
Yes.
that we both really love and enjoy.
Yes.
And we are going to spread the word soon in a few minutes with her.
All right.
Sean,
So
what you do this weekend?
No, what did I do? That's a good question. I worked.
Oh, okay.
I worked. No,
Nothing special?
nothing special this weekend. That's all I did this weekend. You know.
Okay.
I did my exercise. You'd be proud.
You did?
Hey.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. You would be proud too.
Hey.
Listen, I don't do no real no.
Come on.
Sorry.
Anything you do,
I
it counts.
moved. I'm going to say I moved, okay?
Yeah.
One step at a
I
one
moved
step.
4 days
Yep.
out the week this
Great.
week.
Amen.
That's
Great.
good for me.
That's
Yes.
very good.
I'm trying to get to every day
Mhm.
because I've been doing this 30-day challenge, so I'm extending it because it takes 66 days really to get to
A
that
change.
habit. So I'm
Yeah.
still going. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Nice.
And it feels good.
Nice.
I'm really
Okay.
surprised too. It
Yeah.
feels good. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yep,
As long
yep.
as you feel good.
What
and
about you?
keep moving.
Yeah.
Nothing. I didn't do anything.
No?
out
That's
of the
surprising
way.
for us because it's been
It was a. Oh, I'm not gonna say it out loud.
it's been crazy
Yes.
this summer with
Every weekend
so
there's been something going
many
on.
things going on.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
So it was a
and it's
quiet
not
Saturday.
over.
No.
Right. It was a quiet Saturday. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Yep,
you.
yep. So
all right. All
all right.
right. We're gonna get into our breathing. Sean is
Mhm.
going to lead us.
okay, all right. We got rosemary again this time. And rosemary is great for the olfactory system, the brain, it's for energies. What we do is we have the guest smell whatever if we have more than one oil, and that resonated with her right away. It's great for the what do you call it? The brain, focus, energy, your stomach. You can also use it to cook with. So those are different things that you can do with rosemary essential oil. The rosemary essential oil is by Young Living, not
Okay.
any other ones that you can
Yes.
use for cooking. Okay. I want to say that. Okay. All right. So we're going to
Disclaimer.
breathe. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale. We'll put our feet flat and sit straight up. We're going to inhale through our nose and hold it for 4 seconds and then exhale through our mouth. When we exhale through our mouth, our stomach should deflate, like our belly button should go to our back. And we're going to do that 3 times. You might get a little dizzy if this is the first time you're doing it, but it's bringing oxygen to the brain, circulation, promotes circulation, and all of those wonderful things that we need to breathe on time. All right, let's do it. Gonna conjure up some energy, and we're gonna inhale our purpose for today's conversation, and we're gonna exhale all that doesn't serve us.
That's
All righty. Go. Blow. You inhale. Now, if you want to really extend it and open up your lungs, you bring your elbows up. Deep breathe. You don't have to have essential oils to do that. If you are suffering from asthma or any type of respiratory issues, you can deep breathe like that, and it'll extend your lungs and open your lungs up. All right. What that does, that brings us centered,
Yes.
calms our nerves,
Who's nervous? Who's
Right.
nervous?
calms our nerves, and so that we can get started. So we're gonna do our devotional. You're gonna read the devotional
I
for
will
today.
read the devotional for today is September 14th.
Yep.
We're don't write it every day. I forget what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Worship me by living close to me. This was my original design for man, into whom I breathe my very breath of life. This is my desire for you, that you stay near me as you walk along your life path. Each day is an important part of the journey. Although you may feel as if you are going nowhere in the world, your spiritual journey is another matter altogether, taking you along steep, treacherous paths of adventure. That is why walking in the light of my presence is essential to keep you from stumbling. By staying close to me, you're present, you present yourself as a living sacrifice. Even the most routine part of your day can be spiritual act of worship, holy and blessings to me. Amen."
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Love that.
Yes. All right. So we're
Okay.
going to get into our guest
Our
today.
guest, yes,
Yes, I'm
ma'am.
going to read her bio. Her name is Annette Kizzy, and we call her Kizzy.
Yes.
We call her Kizzy. Mosley is the last name. Originally from the Bronx and now proudly resides in Waterbury, Connecticut, Annette Kizzy Mosley is devoted wife, mother of two, and grandmother. Her journey in healthcare began in 1998, working alongside physicians in the field of infectious disease, internal medicine, and pediatrics. After relocating to Waterbury in 2005, she continued her healthcare career focusing on obstetrics and gynecology and serving patients throughout the greater Waterbury and Southbury communities. In 2018, driven by her own personal health journey and passion for wellness, Annette founded Pure and Healing Energy LLC.
Yes.
Her business is rooted in using the earth's natural resources to help the individuals lead healthier and happier lives. Annette has lost over 150 pounds
Woo woo.
through faith, mental resilience, and realistic lifestyle changes. She is passionate about mental and well being and encouraging others to find their own version of healthy. She believes no two definitions of healthy are the same. We can all achieve our own personal versions and goals by making simple lifestyle choices. Through her story and her products, Annette is committed to inspiring others to heal, grow, and live well, one step at a time.
Mm.
Yay!
Yes.
So let's welcome Annette Kizzy Mosley.
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'm so excited that you're here. Finally.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a pleasure.
Wait,
Yes.
I'm gonna start here. Okay, 150 pounds,
Yes.
girl,
Yes.
girl.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, I had to make that change.
Okay.
So back in, I want to say 2004, 2004, I was suffering from knee issues. My blood pressure was like up and down, just a lot of uncertainties in my health. I didn't know a way of like eating well because I grew up in a family that the way my mom showed us love was by feeding us big plates.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to
Of
kind
soul food. Of that soul food.
She was Spanish, and
Okay.
my father, like I'm a mixture. My
Okay.
father was black. They both deceased. My mom was Puerto Rican. So we had mac and cheese, collard greens. We had, sorry. We had a whole variety of unhealthy foods.
Okay.
And so back in 2020, 2004, I keep saying 2024
Right,
for
right,
some
right.
reason, but 2004, I decided that it's time to make a lifestyle change. And so I started looking into gastric bypass surgery, just different surgeries. And at that same time, I didn't want to rely on just that.
Right.
So I started going to the gym. And, when you're that obese, where I was considered super morbidly obese
Wow.
because of my height.
Okay.
And I just was off the BMI chart.
Mm-hmm.
And so, long story short, when I had the surgery, it changed my life because I had to learn how to eat better. I had to incorporate more exercise. And it was just a journey. It was just a stepping stone. And I tell people it was a block to kind of build up the journey of health
Right.
and wellness. Do I always get it right? No. But I can tell you that my goal is to encourage others, as well as encourage myself too. We all need to encourage ourselves.
Right.
And just basically, that was the start of it all. That was
Awesome.
definitely the start of it all.
I like what you said when you said passionate about. Let me see. Oh, you find your own version of healthy,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you find your own version of healthy, and she believes, and no two definitions of healthy are the same.
Right.
And also, what it sounds like is when you did it, because talk about, and Tracy, jump in when you want
I
to.
will. Listen, don't worry. I will.
So
Yeah.
when you talk about, you did your research on what you wanted to do and everything like that, because a lot of people have done that surgery and get right back to where they were.
Right.
So talk more about mindset. Like, even though you knew it, right? But
Right.
what was that catalyst? What was that catalyst of getting to a point where, you know what? I got to switch it up. I have to do it. And mindset is the key, because you can do surgeries all day long.
Right.
And if you don't make the changes that got you there, if you keep doing the things that
Did
after
before,
right,
yeah.
because most lose
Absolutely.
their weight and they feel like, oh, now I could go back to, and
Yeah.
then they come back and then they're worse and they're
Yes.
bigger.
Yes. I've come across a lot of people
Mhm.
that say, "How did you keep it off for over 20 years?"
Mm.
And I'm like, you know what? Because I didn't want to go back to that. I know how unhealthy feels, and
Mm.
I didn't like it.
See?
And then all of our main goals are to live healthier and happier lives. And at that time, I had 2 kids. I had a husband, and I wanted to live for them.
Mm.
And I wanted to just live.
Yeah.
Period.
Just live,
Right,
period, with
right.
no restrictions.
Right.
I mean, I could tell you a story where I took my kids to a park, an amusement park, and the guy had snapped me on, those swings, right? He snapped me on a swing. I was so huge at the time where I didn't want to get off the ride because it was so embarrassing.
Mm.
So when he snapped, like put the clip, he kind of nipped my side.
Ooh.
And I had to ride that ride in pain.
In pain,
Ooh.
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. So there were so many uncomfortable moments where I had to say, you know what, this isn't it for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This isn't it. And then at that time when I was in my 20s, and I had a young man call me ma'am. And y'all know,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in your 20s,
Right.
your early 20s, being called ma'am.
Right.
And I just felt like a prisoner in my body.
Mm.
I
Say
felt
that again.
a prisoner in my body. So we are all souls living human experiences.
Yes.
And what I felt like, it was like I wasn't living my full potential. I wasn't living my purpose. At that time, I didn't know what my
What
purpose
that was. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And so it was like I had to do something. It's a saying, if you sit and poop too long, you get used to the smell of it.
Mm.
And that's what I felt like. Like I said, I can either be a victim or I could be victorious.
Mm.
And I had to make that decision to like get up and do it.
Right.
Stop being a victim. Stop saying my mother and father had diabetes and it runs in my family. It didn't have to run in me.
Mm.
And I had to break that curse for my kids and for my grandchildren. Future, because at the time I only had my 2 kids.
Right.
And I didn't want that to be my portion. Because my mother at the time had diabetes. My father had diabetes. My siblings had diabetes, because we were overweight, very overweight. It ran in my family. So I just wanted to change the narrative. I didn't come from a healthy family, but to sound cliche, a healthy family is going to come from me.
That's not cliche.
Yeah.
That's a mic drop.
Listen,
Yes.
I say hands
Yes.
off to you because it is a hard battle when you decide to make a life change. It's
Yes.
not something that is a fad. You said to yourself, look, I'm not healthy. I don't feel good. And
Right.
I say that because I know people who feel like that, and it's not even that they may be overweight. They feel and they look in the mirror and say, I don't like the way I look, but do something about it.
That's
you
right.
I don't like the way I feel. But let's get a little bit into your products that you have and things
Yes.
that you offer people. I'm curious to know what brought you to the natural remedies that you do use and that you do offer that I have used and I really do enjoy. What brought you to that?
Well, many moons ago in the Bronx, I was creating things out of my kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before all of this,
Yeah.
before I even decided whether or not I wanted to go this path,
Okay.
I was just doing natural things. If you came to my house and you're like, Kizzy, I got this going on, I'm like, let me whip it up in the kitchen before organic and all that stuff became popular because it made sense. It made sense. And so I was in the healthcare field back in 2000, I want to say 2018, and I decided this is not the path God is leading me to. So I was making a hair, face, and body butter. Didn't have a name,
Okay.
didn't have a brand, nothing. But I was giving it away to family members, to my coworkers, and they loved it. And so I took a leap of faith because Stanford was it's a hard commute.
It is. It's an hour one way.
Yeah. And in traffic, it's like two to get
Okay.
home. So it was just like God moved me from one office to the next. And I know that God made me uncomfortable. Now I can see it. I didn't understand it, but I said, God made me uncomfortable at that moment to push me into pure and healing energy. So my products, like I said, make sense. My products, like with the hair, face, and body butter, coconut oil, shea butter, these things that you
Nourish
can
the body and nourish the
Yes.
skin
and you can't.
and the hair.
I always said, like when I do events, when I first started doing vending events, I would ask the women and the men that would come up to my table, how comfortable are they using their current hair product on their face and body? And they looked at me like I was strange. Now, I started 8 years ago doing vending events
Okay.
and pushing my product. And they would be like, absolutely not.
Yeah, 'cause
and I'm
we,
like,
we were always thought to use one for hair and the
Right.
other for body,
Right.
not to
And they
use
don't
it
understand your
universal.
scalp
Yeah.
is your skin.
Right, right. So a lot of people were like, no, I would definitely not spray or use something that I'm using in my hair
On
on
my body.
And I'm like, why? Because of the chemicals.
Regardless, it's still going on your skin.
It's
you're
still going on
you're
your
still
skin.
absorbing it.
Right. And so I went a little further, and then I started following Dr. Sebi. And I loved his way of thinking. And he always said, if you go back to the way he thought about health and wellness, it's
Going
so
back to earth. It's
simple.
going back to earth.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
You don't need a PhD or a
Nope.
degree to know that cooking with canola oil versus cooking with olive oil is a big difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah, so I always say, like, people will say, well, what kind of training you have and this and that? I have life training. Above all,
It's life.
because I study herbalism, it's life training. I can't tell you how to be vegan, but I can tell you how it feels to be overweight. I can tell you how I kept that weight off with realistic goals. Because a lot of people, like what you mentioned earlier about, oh, I'm sorry, so bad with that.
That's all right.
But what you mentioned about me saying, and which I'm very big on, we have to know our own personal goal of healthy. No two are alike. And I say that because that's the realistic
Realistically.
way of looking at each and every one of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
All of our goals is to be healthy, be happy, be fruitful, be here for our children and grandchildren. Everybody, anybody you talk to, that's going to be their goal. So the thing is, how do we achieve that? Sean's way of going about that may not be my way.
Right.
Tracy's may
And
not be my way.
everybody's an individual.
That's
You
right.
know, and there's so many people out here where Dr. Sebi would say healers,
Yes.
right? There's
Yes.
so many people out here that that work towards a healthy way of living,
Right.
right? And like you said, my way may not be your way, and so on and so forth. But individually, when you are thinking about, I want to feel better, you know, when you think about those, because when I'm coaching clients, I'm not coaching anybody that just wants to lose weight.
That's right.
If you just want to lose weight, they don't want to do the work,
right.
because the work is not about, if you do the work, the side effect is losing weight.
Yes.
If you do the work, and the work is your mindset,
Yes.
your habit changes, moving,
Yes.
spirituality.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's a big one.
Yeah, your spirituality. And spirituality doesn't mean religion. You know, doesn't mean you have to be a Christian or anything like that.
That's right.
What is it that you believe in that you can't touch, that's not tangible, but you see it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And looking at yourself in the mirror, like you said, knowing that I don't feel good in this body. I don't like what
Right.
this body
I don't
looks
like
like.
what I see.
I don't like what I see. I don't like what I hear. I don't like what I feel.
Right.
Right? Then what are you going to do about it?
That's right.
Because we can have a conversation all day, but what's the action steps? I say it all the time, you know, and it only takes one day,
Yes.
1 hour, 1 minute at a time
Yes.
to make a change towards the better you.
Yeah. Just look at the future you.
Just look at the future you.
And I always say, what will I do today that my future self will thank me for?
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is.
And also write a letter to your future self.
Mm.
A lot of people don't think about that, right? And it's hard to do because we don't think of ourselves in that way. We can always talk about it with somebody else or tell somebody else to
Right.
do this, that, and the other. Mirror work was the hardest thing for me to do. Like looking at myself and talking to myself and affirming myself, even though I do, you know what I'm saying? But to
Right.
like look at myself and do it, that's the hardest thing. But when you're
Yes.
looking at yourself and you're always seeing the flaws
Yes.
instead of the
Yes.
beauty,
Yes.
instead of what God has done
we
for
talk
you.
about this morning.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
We had that
Seeing the
conversation this
flaws
morning.
That's right.
instead of the beauty, because we
Yes.
all have beauty, because we were
Mm.
all marvelously and wonderfully made by God. Whether it's your God or my God, don't matter. We still came here the same way.
Yeah.
So
right.
what are you going to do about it is the
Right.
question.
Right.
You know, and I love the other thing you said. Listen, she got some
I
great
say
quotes.
a lot of things.
She got some cool, great quotes. Let me see. You said, hold on. We can all achieve our own personal version and goals by making simple lifestyle changes. It is simple. And what the other thing is, you're 20 years doing this. You know, when people like, yeah, but I did it for 6 months and it didn't work. I did, I was taking CMOS, right? I was taking CMOS for 3 weeks. I didn't feel no different.
And that's was kind of segues into my question. Honestly,
go ahead.
a lot of questions that I had. Honestly, she's already answering them.
Right, exactly.
Because I was going to talk about consultations. You kind of do that when people
Yes.
come up to you or call you, and then you talked about people saying about your degree and what gives you the knowledge or ability to
Life.
give, and you said that was life, and that's very important because a lot of things that we may do, I don't need to have a PhD and not knocking anybody that does. I'm
Right,
just saying
right,
there are a
absolutely.
lot of life experiences that you have brought for 20 years. But what Sean was just saying, people are saying, okay, I've done it for 30 days, I've done it for 6 weeks. What on an average, you can't, we don't have a crystal ball, but what is the average change that somebody would see using your products, depending on what they're needing them for?
The average change, what I get most from a lot of people that I speak to is, and I speak to a lot of people, but a change in energy.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of people tell me, well, the CMOS, I'm going to start the CMOS on a Monday so I could get on my journey, and it'll be a Thursday before,
right.
you
It's
know?
like start now.
And I'm like, okay. So it really depends on who I speak to. Like, I've had people write me letters, beautiful letters, that how their fathers got out of bed, that had
doing it.
cancer,
Yeah.
and he's sweeping the house, like little things that I had a woman tell me that since using my CMOS and using it, see, the goal is to be consistent.
Take it like a pill.
Yes, be consistent.
Take it like medication.
Like when people call me and they're like, oh, I have half a jar and it's been already 3 months. Can I still take it? That's where I get a little upset because, first of all, you're wasting your money.
You're wasting your money. Absolutely.
And you're wasting my time.
Because you do tell us when we buy the
seriously.
products how long they last.
Right.
You do tell us
Every
that.
day,
So you're not
yeah.
listening.
Right.
You're
Listen.
definitely
And
not
the thing
listening.
is, oh, go ahead.
And
Sean,
it
I'm
tastes
sorry.
so good, right? Because she would tell you how to take it, but I felt myself taking it like a snack.
Yeah. You and a lot of other people. I'm
I
like,
was
I
like,
can't do
yeah,
that.
I was doing it like a snack.
Yes.
Like by the middle of the week, it was gone.
Yes.
Because I kept going to the refrigerator, taking it like a snack.
Yes. But back to the question that you asked, I mean, you would see a difference when you're consistent.
Okay.
From basically for myself, I saw a change in my energy. I'm not taking any high blood pressure, diabetes, nothing. Although I had a mother and father that had those things, as I mentioned earlier. I feel good.
Great.
I feel
Right.
good. I get up at 5 in the morning, like I
Yep.
told you,
Yeah.
Tracy. I'm up. I'm running a business. I'm going to a job. I'm a grandmother. I just came from New York last night. So it's the energy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do so much with energy.
And that's why it's called energy.
Yes, yes.
Inner.
Yes. And I thank God that he put me on this path and put me on this journey, because that's what we all are. We're
Yeah,
all on a journey.
And you are a walking
Testimony.
testimony. And that's what makes a difference. So you can have the letters behind your name all day,
Right.
but if you don't experience and haven't
Experience,
experienced it
yeah.
or have a story for it and a
Right.
reason why
Yes.
you've gotten it, you've walked this path,
Right.
and go back to it again. You've been doing it for 20 years.
Yes.
So it was not a one and done. It wasn't
Right.
a diet. It wasn't, just a protocol. It
Yes.
was a lifestyle change.
Lifestyle change.
And I'm quite sure you still have mac and cheese every now and then,
I
because I know you make
do.
it. Because
I
I heard, right?
Yes,
But
let-
at the
I was gonna say, let's talk about the misconceptions of
Right.
Kizzy. Let's
There
clear
we go.
it up.
There we go.
Let's clear it up,
Right?
because I have gotten. I thought you don't eat meat. I thought you were vegan. I thought you were this, and I thought you were that, and all I can be is my authentic self. I eat chicken, everybody.